What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Alright, so I'll put a link to this article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. So, according to reports, Trae Young was fined by the Atlanta Hawks for using a private jet back during the 2022 NBA playoffs. The Atlanta Hawks reportedly fined superstar guard Trae Young for chartering a private flight during last season's playoffs without informing the team. According to Lauren Williams of the Atlantic Journal-Constitution, Young chartered the flight back to Atlanta following a Game 2 road loss to the Miami Heat in the first round playoff series that the Hawks ultimately lost 4 games to 1. Williams noted that Young's relationship with general manager Travis Schlenk has, quote, deteriorated, unquote, and the issues began with Young's decision to neither fly back with the team nor inform the team of his whereabouts. Since entering the league as the number 5 overall pick in the 2018 NBA draft, Young has been one of the most explosive offensive players around. Yeah, one of the most crybaby ass one too. But in 5 NBA seasons, the 24-year-old Young is a 2-time NBA All-Star, and he's trending toward a third this year with averages of 27.4 points, 9.8 assists, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.3 three-pointers made per game. We're going to talk about that damn run that everybody keeps giving him so much credit for back in 2021 when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. Despite the fact that they have acquired DeJounte Murray, the Hawks have been a disappointment this year with a 22-22 overall record, placing them ninth in the Eastern Conference. That means that they would have to take part in the postseason playing tournament if the season ended today. Look, y'all kind of know how I feel about Trae Young, man. I think he is representative of a lot of what's wrong with today's league. I think he's spoiled. Look, first of all, anybody that walks around with that type of hair on their head and they think it looks good, that already shows there's something wrong with you mentally. And I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, when you walk around like that, there's something already wrong. Like, that ain't no style. This ain't 19, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand if this was like 1987 and he had a jerry curl or something like that. Or, this was, say, 1991 and he was rocking a high top fade. Or this was 2000 and, he had a blown out afro or some cornrows or something, something that's a very, established fad. But what is that on his head, man? What is that? I mean, what is that, the treasure troll? With a hint of male pattern baldness? It looks stupid. Whatever. But there's been a lot of instances where I just think that he's an asshole, man. I think he's a complete, total asshole. He's self-important. Whenever I watch him, I don't enjoy watching him play. I can't stand shot jacking ass, crybaby ass players like him. Look, James Harden does a lot of things that annoys us as far as tricks and things of that nature to try to get calls and all that. But what makes Trey Young even worse in some ways is all of the whining and complaining in games when he doesn't get his calls. You know, like if he isn't shooting 9 to 11 free throws in a game, because it's not going to happen every game. Yeah, you may average 7 to 8 free throws per game, but there's going to be some games when you're shooting 17 free throws, but there's going to be some games where you only shoot 4. But the games he only shoots 4, even if the team wins, he goes out there and complains about calls. And when players do that, that just tells me what they're all about themselves and their numbers. And speaking of that, he's not having a great year. You know, yeah, he's averaging 27, 28 points a game, wherever it is he's averaging. But he's only shooting 42% from the floor. He's only shooting 33% from three-point range. So, you know, this image of him being this great marksman is totally unfounded. He's averaging over 4 turnovers per game, but mysteriously Skip Bayless doesn't notice, or anybody else. He just committed 10 turnovers against the Miami Heat. But of course nobody notices because he's not Russell Westbrook. You know, it is what it is. You know, he got into it with Nate Robinson, and the whole organization is turning against his silly ass, and now he wants to be traded. You know, so I guess maybe he'll be going elsewhere during the off season. Where? I don't know. Um, I think. Let me see something right quick. Just want to check on something. Yeah, I thought so. He is a clutch client. Yep, I thought Trey Young was with clutch. So that should give you a little bit of a clue as to his options if he ever got traded. But anyway, that's all I got to say about this dude, man. He's a fucking disgrace, and you know, dude even looks a little like a fucking, I don't know, man. Don't he look kind of Krogmanian to you, man? Like Krogmagnon and shit. Like some early version of Man or some shit.